What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, another tips video. I originally planned on doing another one of these before the season 2 drop, but man, it's just crazy now because like we got a lot more viewers and shit. So I'm not gonna have this intro long, I promise. I know I'll be having long intros, but listen, bro, I just be trying to talk to y'all, bro. I'm trying to connect with y'all, man. Y'all coming back and watching, so I'm trying to see what's up. Anyway, listen, we got another tips video. This is post-patch aggressive Doomfist tips and tricks. Man, I got a few more things that I can tell you guys that might help you be a better Doomfist. All right, that's all these videos are. I felt like I needed to do a little disclaimer, okay, because you know there's tips and tricks videos out there that are very technical and like, you know, with the numbers and whatnot and exactly the little things you need to be doing. My video here, this tips video, is just going to be little things that you can do, you know, as an aggressive Doomfist player to make you better, hopefully. You know, it's just things that I do that I'm telling y'all, and I'm calling it tips and tricks. Anyway, y'all seem to enjoy it, so if you do, leave a like and subscribe. Shit, I appreciate y'all. Again, I don't really have a specific structure for this video, unfortunately. I'm just gonna do it, man. I'm just gonna figure it out. I'm probably gonna go into the training hall to, you know, talk about stuff, and then I'll chop in some gameplay or something. You know, I'm trying to make it entertaining. I'm trying to chop it up because my first tips and tricks video is damn near at 10,000 views, so I didn't realize so many of you guys would be watching. But with that being said, I'm gonna try to edit it and make it as entertaining as possible. So, alright, hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully you find it helpful. Thank you guys so much for all the support, man. It's crazy. I can't even express how much I appreciate it, but you know, I try to read y'all's comments and respond and everything. So also, hey, join the Discord. Join Discord. Don't forget about that. Join Discord, man. We got Discord is deep right now. It's going crazy. Submit your clips. I will do a reaction video soon. Let's get started. Taking a while. It's a long intro. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're going. We're going. Hey, our future will be forged in conflict. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the training hall, man. We are back here in the training hall, about to learn some new stuff for Doomfist. So I have actually a list of things that I want to cover. We're gonna hit these points quick, just like in the last one. So the thing that people have been asking me about the most in the past 2 weeks has been how to aim better with Doomfist's primary fire, his shotgun. People want to know how I'm aiming as well as I am, I guess, in my videos, even though I feel like I struggle a lot, but it's just because I recently bought a new desk, and it's just a whole irrelevant story, but I'm doing alright. But I'm about to show you how you might be able to aim better with Doomfist primary fire. You know, how you can land those shots while you're flying through the air. Okay. So, the thing that helped me the most was going into my settings, okay? So that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go into our controls, and we are gonna go into, first of all, I guess we should go to sensitivity, and I play on 2 sensitivity, I guess, for Doomfist, and that's just what helps me, okay? Sensitivity is relative. You can, you know, my sensitivity may not work for you, but, you know, just in case you wanted to try it, I play it on 2 sensitivity. Okay, another thing, my reticule here, I just recently changed it to this, and this just so happened to be perfect for me. It lets me know exactly where my shots are going, so it helps me way more than my old one that I used to use. But these are my settings for it. That might help you too. Like I said, these 2 things are very, very relative. Okay, this is what helped me kind of control my aim more, because when I first got on, like the first week, it was kind of all over the place. So these are the settings that really help me kind of hone in and keep my sights on the enemy's head mainly, because headshots are exactly what I try to go for, and obviously that is difficult when they're freaking running around and doing all this bullshit. Like Genji, for example, very evasive character, blocking and doing all this shit, deflecting and shit, and it's hard to hit his head. So I'm always trying to go for the head, but if I have to hit body shots, I will. As far as in combat, you know, you're flying through the air as Doomfist, you're trying to hit shots while you're flying through the air. My advice to you is lead your shots, man. So if you're gonna fly forward and the enemy is going in the opposite direction, you have to lead your shots the other way so that they run into him, you know, basically. Because if you're in motion, they are also in motion, so you have to account for that by kind of leading your shots, and that should help you land more while you're flying through, because I know that Doomfist is a very quick character and you're always on the move, and I guess for some people that might be harder to land shots. So just lead them. Same thing with your punch, you know, like if you see an enemy going one direction, try to lead your punch so that you can kind of predict where they're going. I know, like, characters, for example, freaking Cassidy, you're charging up, he looks like he's going one way and he rolls the opposite direction. It's pretty dirty. I've gotten my ankles broken a lot from that, but we don't talk about that. But anyway, look, that's kind of all I really have to, like, my advice as far as having better aim with his primary fire. Another thing is just lots and lots and lots of practice, which will lead me into my next point. But yes, lots of practice. Always try to incorporate your primary fire in every single fight, and always go for the head. Alright, because eventually your life is going to depend on it. It should already, but like if you're deep in a fight, man, them headshots are going to mean life and death for Doomfist. Okay? So you're going to hit these shots eventually to save your life. Just try to look into your settings, play around with it a little bit, find a, you know, create a reticule, a sight line, crosshair that perfectly fits your playstyle and what you're doing. You know, if you're getting up close and doing them dirty, then you might need a smaller, you know, reticule. But if you're playing at a distance, you want to get better with your gun. You know, maybe rock a bigger circle or something. I don't know. Just figure it out. You know, play with your settings. It's kind of hard to give tips for, you know, how to aim better, because it's just really subjective, because you can create these things and tailor them to your specific playstyle. But hopefully the settings that I run might help some guys out there. Okay, so moving on to the next point. You recall in the last tip where I just said practice will help you a lot. Lots and lots of practice. This leads me into my next point in the next tip. When you are chilling in queue, whatever downtime you have, always run a deathmatch, okay? This is why I had to give the disclaimer in the video, because at surface level, you guys might be like, what the fuck is he talking about? How is this a tip for Doomfist? I'm telling you, I have been playing Doomfist for over 200 hours, which I know isn't a lot, but it's a good amount, okay? I do a lot of practicing in deathmatch, okay? And I will tell you why, and I will tell you exactly what it will help and how your gameplay will increase by doing this. But I want to say before I get into it, bro, I play a lot of deathmatch while I'm waiting in queue, because sometimes, okay, I know the queue times are actually very good right now. Blizzard, they're doing great with the queue times. However, sometimes the queues can be freaking long as hell, and rather than just sitting there, being on your phone, doing whatever it is the fuck you're doing, you could be using that downtime to get in deathmatch and practice these moves, practice these tips and tricks that I'm giving you. Freaking master them so that you can go in the game hot and ready. Alright, so let me tell you why practicing a deathmatch at all times will help you be a better Doomfist player. So, number one, playing in deathmatch will obviously make you better at 1v1s. You will get a chance to 1v1 probably all the heroes if you play enough deathmatch, okay? You got just different people. It's just a pool of people. It's not, you know, specific to level or anything. It's just a bunch of random people. Everybody's in there fighting, you know, doing whatever. So it's just perfect practice on how to fight each character in the game. I know, I feel like this is obvious, but I feel like not enough people do it, okay? So deathmatch, you're fighting, getting your 1v1s in. You're knowing exactly what you need to do against each specific character, all right? You're doing better. You're increasing your knowledge on how to fight each character. It's a win-win, okay? Number two, usually in deathmatch, you know, you're playing as Doomfist, you're playing as a freaking tank or whatever, everybody's attacking. You're getting attacked by freaking everybody. Everybody's trying to gun you down. This will increase your ability to fight multiple people at once, which is something Doomfist does a lot, and something tanks do a lot in general, in game. So when you go in game, you're gonna be fighting multiple people. That is going to make you better. That is gonna make you more qualified to fight more than one enemy at a time, because you're gonna be used to it. You're gonna have experience in it. You're gonna get good at it, So once you actually get into the game, it's gonna be nothing to you. You're gonna be knocking them down. They're gonna be trying to come at you from all angles. You're flipping around and shit, slamming and punching all over the place. They're not gonna know what the hell to do. That's what you do in deathmatch, okay? You get your 1v1s in and you get your group fights in. It makes you better. It makes you a better player, alright? So if you weren't doing it already, get in there in deathmatch when you're sitting there and waiting in queue. Even if it's just for a couple of seconds, even if it's just getting warmed up, getting a couple of kills, you know? Get into deathmatch and warm up. Get into deathmatch and get those skills crispy and ready to go for the game. It just makes your chances of winning higher, I think anyway. I felt like it was worth mentioning. Okay, it might help somebody out there. Any extra time you can get practicing with Doomfist will 100% make you a better player in the end, because the more time you put in, the better you'll be. Alright, that's simple. So play more deathmatch if you haven't been already. Moving on. This next one is probably more for the advanced Doomfist players and the confident Doomfist players. The next tip is go for environmental kills. Alright, there are a lot of maps where you can really just knock the whole team off of the map with these environmental kills. You know, you got your charge punch, you got your regular punch. These things are useful. I will preach right now, because I haven't had a chance to do it yet. 100% go for environmental kills if you can, and you feel like you can save yourself. Honestly, it's not that difficult. You don't have to be like super confident. Just make sure you save your slam ability to save yourself, just in case you fuck up. But if you're trying to hit a move like how I be doing all the time, the one where I slam cancel, like if I see an enemy about to go off the edge, I'll get over there real quick and I'll try to do that. That uses both, so you gotta be super confident if like you're gonna hit somebody. You gotta make sure that you're gonna land the punch, or else you're gonna go off of the map and kill yourself, which you really don't want to do. I've done it multiple times. It's very annoying, very embarrassing. It just fuels the fire for people to talk shit and fucking chat. It's very important to go for environmental kills. Get as many as you can. They're flashy. They're freaking insta kills, you know, if you're not going against fucking Lucio and shit in certain parts and whatnot. Go for environmental kills. It's so important because it just guarantees kills, and it's very easy for Doomfist to do. That's one of the core things that he does. He punches people off the map. Alright? So make sure you're going for environmental kills. Make sure that you don't kill yourself trying, because people are going to talk shit. I'm warning you. Okay, so make sure that you hit those punches if you're going to go for those environmental kills. But at least try. You know, at least try. It'll be worth it, I promise. And in doing so, you will get better at it over time, and you'll be able to predict what people are doing more. And in turn, you'll be able to get more environmental kills, which will be good, I promise. So go for environmental kills. I want to see big kills, triple kills, shit. You can knock a lot of people off the map. It's very important to go for environmental kills specifically now, just because Empowered Punch is so strong and you get it so much more often, because you can block sooner and shit, and with your ultimate, which I will get into next. So go for those environmental kills. You can knock people pretty far, so you'll be safe, hopefully, depending on what angle you try to take it from. But yeah, go for environmental kills. It'll help the gameplay flow better, and it'll get you some more clips and shit. Alright, moving on. Meteor Strike. Okay, Meteor Strike is something that I was, you know, rooting for to get a buff. And getting an Empowered Punch on impact or on landing is pretty good. It's pretty good. And it has led me to developing a three-step combo, three-step game plan that you should be doing with Meteor Strike with its new rework. So, upon landing, Meteor Strike gives you an Empowered Fist. This is very good. This gives you another opportunity to knock them niggas down. Okay? Try to get an Empowered Punch before you use your ult. Grab that Empowered Punch and try to knock as many people down as you can before you use your ult. I know that you guys have probably noticed that when I play the game now, I try to knock as many people in one direction as I can, and then I Meteor Strike, and then I come down with my Empowered Fist. So you have an Empowered Fist before you go into the fight, then you Meteor Strike, you land on somebody, get another one, knock them into the wall, they're stunned. That gives you time to turn around and get more kills. just try to create a combo beforehand. Use all your abilities, okay? If you get an Empowered Fist, fucking slam into the team, knock them down, and then Meteor Strike, land on somebody if you can. You got your Empowered Fist. If you have to quick punch, then do it, but I recommend that you try to charge it up at least, if you can, because upon landing, you know, you're getting more overhealth now, which is good. I think the greatest example that I can give is just getting in there with your slam, knocking one down, Meteor Strike, kill somebody else, and then knock them into a corner or something like that. Just some type of setup for what you're gonna do. It takes a little bit more time for you to read the enemy team and see what they're doing to kind of come up with this. I know that, you know, sometimes you're not gonna be able to do that. Sometimes you're gonna need to quick Meteor Strike, land on top of somebody's head and knock them down. But I'm just saying the 3-step combo beforehand, using your abilities and then Meteor Striking, that might, you know, help you get more kills with Meteor Strike, because it's still kind of iffy on the outer rings. Not gonna lie, like I can land right next to somebody and still not fucking kill him and shit. So you might want to have a game plan before you use Meteor Strike. Try to kill at least one person or do a lot of damage to the team before you use Meteor Strike, because if you could get them weak before you even use Meteor Strike, then you automatically get a couple of kills at least. So do what you can. Alright, try to do as much damage as you can before you do Meteor Strike so that you can get a cheeky double kill with it or something like that, because like I said, the outer rings are still kind of low. So try to punch him into a corner or some shit with an Empowered Fist and then use your Meteor Strike and then knock him down. Alright, that should help, hopefully. I mean, I still struggle a little bit with Meteor Strike now, but you know, we want to try to get as much out of it as we can. So get an Empowered Fist before you use the Meteor Strike. Knock as many of them down as you can. Do as much damage as you can. Try to group them up as much as you can. And then Meteor Strike. And then knock them down again. Hopefully during all of this you're getting healed, so you're basically unstoppable. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so this one is tailored specifically to Kitsune Rush. Now, this is one of my favorite ults in the game because it works so freaking good with Doomfist. Oh my gosh. Kitsune Rush is one of the best ults in the game. I think it just got nerfed, so I think I saw people complaining about that. But I haven't really noticed any type of difference other than I'm still knocking them down. So look, with Kitsune Rush, my next tip is get in their freaking face. When you are in Kiriko's ult, bro, I'm telling you, if you aren't fucking getting in there and look, Doomfist's gun basically becomes automatic in there, so I should just be hearing headshots. There's a bunch of dinks the whole time when you're in there using Kitsune Rush, bro. Get in there and get up close, and you keep punching them. Your abilities come back so quick. So if you're using these, like your primary fire and the little fist, you're killing everything in your way. I'm telling you, Kitsune Rush with Doomfist is just freaking immaculate. And you're using your punch too. It comes back to you're not only stunning the team, but you're landing headshots, billions and billions and millions of headshots at a time. And you're using a little fist. They're literally just, bro, I'm telling you. And you can go pretty far out of the way with Kitsune Rush. And what I like to do when I'm in it, I like to get in, say Kitsune Rush is right here on this path. I like to do my momentum, because you're moving faster too. So I like to do my momentum punch with my slam cancel. I like to freaking jump in the air and get further if I can. So if the enemy is sprinting away, I'll use my my E ability and fly towards them. And then I can still get in there and use my primary fire pretty quickly. If you're fast enough, you can really take advantage of Kitsune Rush from pretty far distances. So if you can, get up in the enemy's freaking face with that shit and knock them down. It's an easy team kill. Easy. Especially if they're already grouped up and she pops it and you guys are just running them down. Especially with like characters like Reinhardt, Hog, you know, he's trying to hook and heal. Reinhardt's trying to use his shield and punch. You just fucking keep punching them down and using your primary fire. It's the most fun thing ever. Okay, so get up close and do them dirty with Kiriko ult. That's all I got for that one. Alright, if you weren't already doing that. I'm sure you were, but make sure you're doing that. Anyway, moving on. I kind of wanted to touch on like specific characters, specific character tips I don't really have like a lot, but I've come to realize certain things when it comes to fighting characters now that I've had some time with the new buffs and changes and whatnot. So let's start off with Roadhog. Tips for fighting my boy Roadhog. I freaking hate Roadhog with a passion. He's so annoying. Simply because I can't block hook and he can just hook me and one-shot the shit out of me almost. It's so stressful, and I don't even feel like I'm qualified to be giving tips on how to fight him, but sometimes things work out. So this is what I can tell you. Tips for fighting Roadhog. Wait until he uses hook. Draw it out. You know, play the long game. Make sure he uses his hook, because once he doesn't have hook, you have a good amount of time to get in there and do damage to him, which then allows your team to do damage to him, which is very helpful. So draw out hook, make sure he doesn't have it, and then try to wait for him to use heal. I know you need to use punch, but if you don't have an empowered punch, just try to use your primary fire and E ability to work him down so that he feels the need to use his healing, and then punch him out of his healing, and that usually gets it done. If you're punching Hog out of his heals, that's usually a kill on him. So wait for him to use his abilities. I know that's probably tough sometimes. Try your best to dodge hook if you can. Don't block in front of Hog. You're just gonna get hooked, man. Unless he's already used his hook, don't block in front of him. But if he's already used his hook, block in front of him. Get that charge punch and knock his dumb ass down if you can. Alright, that's the only tips I really have, man. He's tough still, regardless. Just because I can't block hook. It's freaking tough. Alright. Who else have I been seeing? Winston, man. Winston is tough to fight too, just because of his freaking bubble. It basically, I mean, you can punch him, but he moves quickly, and like it's hard to slam because he's just gonna weave in and out of his bubble. So tips on fighting Winston: just try to stay up in his face the best you can. He jumps everywhere too. Just stay up close on him. If he's inside his bubble, you need to be inside his bubble. If he's outside of his bubble, you need to be outside his bubble. Try to use your slam, you know. If he's inside of his bubble, wait until the bubble is destroyed and then use your slam, because it's gonna be hard to hit him. I've noticed if he's in anywhere near his bubble, if you try to use slam, he's just gonna dodge that shit. So punch his ass down, get headshots on him. It's pretty easy to land headshots on Winston, and get your little fist on him, and try to work down his damage or his health while your team is damaging his bubble, because that's usually what ends up happening when I'm fighting fucking Winston, because he's diving on my back line and I'm trying to chase him, fight him, and my team is trying to destroy the bubble that he places. So keep him occupied, try your best to fight him while your team is destroying the bubble, and then once the bubble's destroyed, he's usually fucking nothing after that. So anyway, yeah, that's my tips on fighting Winston. Who else do I have to deal with? Widowmaker. If Widowmaker is destroying your team, just freaking headshotting everybody, try to jump on her if you can. I mean, that's usually what you should do. Most Widowmakers, for some reason, charge me up. So if they charge you up, dang, I just smacked my desk. If they charge you up, just get up there and freaking do them dirty with your charged fist if you can. Push them. Try to block for your team if you see her. You know, if you have a Hanzo on your team and he's trying to fight her, kind of stand next to Hanzo and block for him. You don't have to be standing in front of him, just stand next to him. That usually deters people from shooting at the person that you're protecting. So try to help your DPS and try to dive on Widow if you can. Who else is a big issue? Who else have I been just struggling with? Just shitting on me. Sojourn, obviously. I don't even have any freaking tips to fight her, dude. I don't even know what the fuck to do sometimes. I've been having to go against a lot of master top 500 players for some reason because of the freaking rank reset. Now we're all together and shit. And platinum and diamond. So everybody's playing with everybody. So I've been playing with these top 500 master level Sojourns, and they just don't miss. It's ridiculous, bro. They just don't miss. I don't get it. I don't even, if you don't have a DPS that can contest that, honestly, bro, you might be shit out of luck. You can get as many charged fists as you can and try to do as much as you can, but that rail charge is just, dude, it's fatal. It's fatal, bro. So honestly, with Sojourn, just try to get up close with her. Don't let her get distance. She's so quick. You know, normally if you're up in her face, she's not doing shit. Land a couple headshots, knock her down with a little fist. But, you know, it's tough, man. She's quick and shit. And if she can aim, it's over with. But best of luck to you. Who else? Who else is a big issue? I really like fighting Hanzo because of his arrows. Dude, I just love fighting Hanzo. They charge me up and I just immediately punch them down because Hanzo can't move quick enough unless he's climbing a wall. And even then, I can still catch him. Who else? I don't really know. There's a lot of different things. I could do a whole video about fighting specific characters and what you need to do. And tips that might help you in shape. But I mean, I've basically touched on the most difficult ones. I mean, Reinhardt is pretty difficult, I've been noticing. Try not to get shouldered. Try not to get pinned. He's gonna cancel your punch if you're charging up for too long, so try to use that cancel punch if you can. Make sure you guys go and watch my other 2 tips and tricks videos because they're still relevant. What I was mentioning in those, like, they'll still help you become a better player. So go and check those out if you haven't already. I mentioned some things that will still help you. They still apply to now, even after patch. So yeah, Reinhardt, he's tough, man, just because he can block for the fucking team. So it's basically a free shatter because I'm not a shield. So watch out for shatter. Try to cancel it if you can. It's pretty easy to cancel if you're right in front of him, but if you're right in front of him, he might freaking drop it on your head, which you can actually block and get a charge punch off of slam and reduce the damage it does to you so you don't instantly die. But it's really hard if you're like right up close to Reinhardt and he does it. It's almost impossible for you to press shift in time. But hey, to each his own, man. Reinhardt is tough just because yeah, it's a free shatter and he just wipes your team down because Reinhardt's pretty strong. And you know, the fact that it's a free shatter on your team and he can just give him the shoulder and knock him down with his hammer, it's tough. But yeah, so that's honestly that's about all I have for this tips video. I hope that these tips help you become a better player, and I will put together more tips as I figure out more things about the game and more things that I can do. I still haven't even played on the new freaking map yet. I haven't even seen it. I haven't even loaded it up in custom games yet. They just haven't been giving me the map. I've been playing every single other map except for the new map, so I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I wanted to make it shorter. I don't know how people feel about super long videos, but regardless, hopefully these tips kind of helped. You know, hopefully it made you think a little bit differently, okay? And hopefully your playstyle will change a little bit with these tips, and I hope they work out for you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys go and check out my other tips videos if you have not seen those. They are still relevant and they still apply. Some of them tips at least still apply to now, so go and check those out if you haven't already. Shit, man, I don't know what else to say. Just keep knocking them down with Doomfist. You know, we're eating good. That's what my people are saying in the comment section. You know, you guys seem to be really enjoying the Doomfist buffs, so continue to have fun. Things are going well right now for Doomfist. I'm seeing a lot more Doomfist. It's been very hectic. So continue to have fun, guys. I enjoyed making this video. You know I got plenty more Doomfist content on the way. The next tips video I think I'm going to let you guys pick the tips that you want me to cover, and then I'm going to do it like that. So anyway, that's just plans for the future. We got plenty more content. I'm so hyped. Thank you guys so much for all the subscribers and shit, bro. We're about to hit 1,000 subs. I wonder if we can hit it before 2023. That would be crazy. We'll see. But thank you guys for liking and subscribing and sharing and doing all this shit. I appreciate you so much for it, man. It really helps me a lot, and it makes me super happy that you guys are enjoying the channel and stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you in the next video that I make. Goodbye.
Meteor strike!